So welcome to the Big Pitch Night, which features our future founders and their new businesses. On behalf of the Business Innovation and Growth Center and the College of Business and Technology, we welcome you to the Big Center here at NEIU, which opened in May of 2023. So happy second birthday to Beeks. Let's go. So tonight is being recorded, so we ask that you keep your electronics on vibrate or turn it off. Big Center's mission is to empower entrepreneurs to dream, create, and grow their businesses among forward-thinking creators and doers. I am incredibly proud of my alma mater for making big a priority. So my name is Dr. J. I am the educator. I'm an educator, researcher, and business professional with over a decade of experience in the startup world. As I mentioned, I am a graduate of NEIU, class of 2010. I'm really proud of being here. I'm a graduate here from Northeastern University, and seeing the Big Center actually being a creation. I remember having a conversation like way before it even started about doing something like this. So I'm very happy that this actually started. And also graduated from Oklahoma State University, where I completed my PhD and Master's. And I am the founder of Jennetten, a NetTech and Innovations company. For now, I want to introduce Jessica Mueller, the Executive Director of the Big Center, who is thrilled to lead the future of business development throughout the community-focused Business Innovation and Growth Center. A fellow NEIU grad too, she has a rich history working in higher education and currently manages the center. We've known each other for how many years?
10 years probably.
10 years.
Yeah.
So Jessica also manages the investment within the College of Business and Technology. We also want to thank Big Center graduate assistant Mirza Bey and Lakeisha Farrell for their leadership. Both students are graduating and off to amazing careers, and hopefully they bring a little entrepreneurship with them wherever they land. So.
Thank you for being here tonight. And I want to start by thanking my two grad students, because it wouldn't be possible with the work we do without them. So thank you, Mirza. Come on in. And in true form, because, today's been crazy. Rakesh, I didn't finish your card, so I'll be working on that over here. But thank you for joining us tonight. I'm so thrilled for you to be here. We have a lot in store for you tonight, and I'm excited. Every time we do this and we go through a cohort, they just keep getting better and better and better. And it's been just incredible watching these entrepreneurs and future founders work their tails off, and one of our judges has been through this as well and can attest to it. It's hard work. It's hard work. And especially when you are working full-time, part-time, having babies, like Trisha did, and working on this as an aside to many other things. It just takes a lot out of you, and this is your heart, right? This is your heart that you're putting on a platter for everybody to see tonight, because you have a dream and a passion, and you want to see it become a reality. So I applaud you. It's been lovely being here with you every step of the way, and thank you to the judges as well. These judges are hand-selected, because I believe they are supportive of our mission at the Big Center, and are advocates, not just here tonight, but in and around Chicago, speaking highly about what we're doing here, and that's very important.
Hi, I'm Shaina, and I love to shoot love. And honestly, I'm sure you do too. Therefore, I'm going to ask you all to open your phones, go through your camera rolls, and I want you to think to yourself as we go through this presentation whether you'd be willing to take one of the photos that you've taken of your loved one, whether it's a pet, a partner, or a child, and if you would print that and blow it up and display it in your home. As someone in a post-COVID world who didn't see college as a pathway to fulfill my career ambitions, I decided to invest in myself. I help families, non-for-profits, small to medium-sized businesses fulfill all of their photography needs. My client base right now spans throughout the Chicagoland area, and currently, as I grow my business, I'd really like to focus on the neighborhoods in my immediate vicinity, which are the Gold Coast, Lincoln Park, and River North. My marketing strategy is to solidify my online presence through my Google and SEO, as well as maintain client relationships and convert leads into clients through direct email marketing. And then in the slow season, collaborate with local businesses on special projects. I thought that in order to see to my potential, it's really good to show where I started. In 2021, when I opened my LLC, 2 years later, I immediately doubled my revenue. Why? Because I reinvested the money that I made into additional equipment and refining my skills in order to create and deliver a really good product for my clients. I'm asking for $15,000 in order to develop a new website, invest in additional equipment, and really refine and create a marketing strategy that will fulfill my goals. Because I've invested in myself, I've earned the opportunity to cover and photograph influential figures in our world, and also realize dreams of mine to photograph high-profile athletes that I've looked up to for many years. I'd like to end with a really quick story. In the winter, I got a text from a client of mine, recently divorced single mom, who wanted to take pictures with her kids. We worked together to scout locations, come up with, outfits, colors, and 10 minutes before we start shooting, she texts me, my son Ben is refusing to participate in any of the pictures. Whatever. We got there. I let him be for a little bit, and I was like, I'm just going to use this to my advantage. This is a beautiful place. We were at Union Station, and I positioned everyone, used the environment, and took this shot, which also completely aligned with her unique vision of this shoot. And with a little bit of bribery and some playfulness, we were even able to get smiles, and he was able to be a part of the rest of the session. And she was really happy with the end product. I do what I love because I like to make meaningful connections, tell stories that matter, and have people feel seen, celebrated, and inspired. Thank you. Don't forget to scan here.
Just one question. What made you special than your competitors? What's your unique value proposition that totally different from your competitors? Because there's a lot of competitors as you, and they are also passionate about take picture of people. But what makes you different from them?
I think a few things. First of all, when it comes to families, I have 14 nieces and nephews, and from the age I was 12, I've been even younger. I was working with kids. I am incredibly patient. That's one of the things I get complimented on the most, is how patient I am during sessions with kids. Parents think that they're not getting any pictures because they're freaking out, and I'm like, guys, don't worry, I got this. And they feel really secure hiring me. And being in a saturated market, honestly, I think it's obviously really difficult because you're competing with so many people, but there's also so much opportunity. And I have a lot of connections within the community, whether it's in Lincoln Park and the Gold Coast and River North. I have connections all over where word of mouth is also huge for me. While I can't rely on it and why I need money for marketing, my word of mouth is really incredible because I have client loyalty who will refer me and refer me and refer me.
Okay, and just my last question. And so your ICP, ideal customer, is basically families.
Yes, my ideal customer will have probably be making 100K or more a year because photography is a luxury service. It's not a need. So I really that's why I want to focus on those areas because there's lots of households that are making that kind of money. And I'd also really love to target non-for-profits and individuals and small businesses, people who need help with branding. And then I love working with non-for-profits to help like tell their stories and fulfill their missions. Yeah.
First of all, you did a great job.
Thank you.
I love that you're very passionate about that. That says something.
Thank you.
My question for you is when it comes down to your price point, sort of how are you structuring your price point? Are you offering packages? I know you're working on a couple different sectors in terms of families, small businesses, nonprofits. So how are you sort of structuring that?
Great question. So I right now am in middle of restructuring my price point. Since I started the course, I decided to switch it up a little bit. And two things. Number one, I'm trying to structure it to communicate value over price. So I want to be targeting people who also have a unique vision for their session, not just someone that wants, stand with their family and here, take a picture. I want someone who wants an experience within the session and understands the value of what they're spending. So the price point is not necessarily, they're not looking for the cheapest photographer. That's number one. I want to communicate value. Number two, I forgot. I already started testing it. Because I already started testing my structure. So I'm currently offering 2 packages. One that retains my client who just wants to have the post picture because I don't want to lose them, but also encourage people and expose them to a different style of photography where it's like, we can spend 2 hours together and do an activity, use multiple outfits, and that's obviously more money because I'm giving them more of my time. I'm still waiting to see a little bit more results. What's good for me to see is that people still want me for the shorter amount of time because I did shorten it. My sessions are typically 1 hour. So I shortened to like 45 minutes and then another one that's an hour and a half. But when I introduce the packages, I really encourage the hour and a half.
All right. Well, thank you, Shaina.
Hello, everybody. It's warm and let's get happy. Okay, my name is Nico, and with James Wesley Beeks Jr., and this is my ice cream company, Nico's Frozen Fusion Treats. Everybody deserves a treat. And I brought some treats today for everyone to try at the end, just to let you know. Okay, so, is it going? Okay, there's a problem here. We do not have a great diversity and choice in ice cream flavors. We want to be more global. So I decided to create something with African and Asian flavors. That's my solution. A little bit about me, we all need a story. My background is social work. I'm a qualified mental health professional. So you would think I like people, I do, sometimes. But my other background is a sous chef, and that's a different thing, and the kitchen is the worst place to work for personality. So that helped me with my social work. But in doing that, I picked up some very great skills. Recipe development, menu development, and curated research and development. Every company has a research and development. However, I specialize in African and Asian herbs, botanicals, and flavors, which everyone doesn't. This is one of my passions along with social work. This is me at work creating. I use different varieties of floral essence, eucalyptus, so many different things. What I do, let's get to there. My business is an ice cream supplier. I'm not an ice cream parlor. I supply ice cream to businesses, to parlors, to wholesale chains. I specialize in research and development. I have a very unique process of how I create ice creams, particularly using the herbs, the plants, and the infusion processes. And one of the great things about my business that I like is that I sell and license the recipes. You don't hear this often, but it's a little secret in the business is that most people don't create it. They go to someone else. So I can either sell it or license it. And the other part is catering. That's 30% of my business. Along with catering, we're concerned about food safety regulations, which I'm very big on. That's what we do. Okay, now our target market is millennials. 50% of our customers are willing to pay for great packaging. Just to make it really simple, 18 to 60. And the breakdown of it goes as follows. It would go for millennials, Gen Z, showing higher support for eco-friendly pricing. And out of all of us want to try new flavors, but in my research, the highest amount, 70%, came from Generation Z, Millennials, and Generation X, leading the trend. Now, what makes my business also unique in the state of Illinois is I am the first to market African and herbs ice cream supplier, let me correct myself. And my target market is 4.2 million. That's 30% of the market that I'm actually going for. It's obtainable, it's in Cook County, and I'm also working with farmers for that. So as I said, I designed many things just to give you some flavors. Bourbon, fennel and date, jackfruit and rose, which I brought today. You'll all be tasting that. Now it does have nuts in it. It's a food allergen notification right there for you know. Okay, we have to handle that part. What makes me different is so many things. My main competitors are Jenny. Jenny's Splendid Ice Creams and So Delicious, which is a vegan ice cream. So some of us are into dairy, non-vegan, and sorbets. So I have to specify that. I'm ethically sourced material. My designs are really simple. I just keep it simple. You can read it, see the ingredients. Affordability. What makes me affordable is, guess what? I'm licensed with a certified organic farmer here in Chicago, which means to have a direct price line to the product. So we all want to know about the money. How does it happen? So I broke my business down into different levels. I'm a supplier, pop-up, catering, research development, and my estimate is $360,000. I'm a new business. I'll be launching in June, but I have done pop-ups throughout the year where I'm getting feedback on flavors, textiles, what people want, people interested in, because it's a different kind of product. 3-year projection. That's my logo. I'm still working on it. So you can see here, if I can pop up here. I wanted to visually show you for supplier or research development catering events. The levels will change for each year. Supplier will always be high, but as I'm doing my catering, which is 30% of my business, the great thing about it, I'll be doing more research and development. And the charge I do for that is $2,500. That depends on particular company and the need that they want. So my team is myself, food chemist. They're actually in Nicaragua. Ashish Patel, Mita Patel, organic farmer. I actually have an African coffee company that I work with that I do a product suite. So I design coffee, creams, liqueurs, desserts. So I just do a whole product suite for that. And I have global business consultants as well. What I'm asking for today is a $150,000 loan. And that's going to help me in getting a kitchen, because I do need a kitchen to create it. I can rent it, lease it, or own it. And I would use the rest of the money for business management development and for the other costs. And thank you.
And then another question about sort of the competitors that you identified. You mentioned it's affordable.
Yeah.
How much does a pint
Okay.
cost?
It's Jenny's and Solo ice cream. Solo is more non-vegan. So those are always going to be higher. So my price points, I've been able to actually measure it down to get to about $4.50. And for the sorbet, I can do a little lower, but that is dependent on what's in season. I like to work with the crops that are available in season. That's why I work with the organic farmer. Of course, they're on about trades and tariffs and things going on. So I have to be creative sometimes. It affects all hospitality and food and beverage businesses. What makes me unique is that I can pivot into something else that people don't think about. For example, I can do a basil lemon asparagus flavor. You wouldn't think about that, but I have. So listen, we have to work with what's available, what our budget is, and I don't want to pass the cost on to the consumers, but give them some diversity. And I'm artesian, so I'm not Baskin Robbins ice cream. You can go to the store for that. Mm-hmm.
Which I definitely want to try that flavor.
No offense to Baskin and Robbins.
I'm in. Give me a pint.
Okay, I have a flavor. Okay.
But Let's walk through this. So you sell the pine for $4.50.
Well, they range from actually $3.50 to $4.50.
Okay.
So
let's
yeah.
say $4.50. How much does it cost to get it sourced from the organic? How much does it cost to get it produced?
I don't have the specifics on numbers on that yet because we're still trying to get the crops going. But based on the estimate from the farmer that I'm working with, I can get it at less than wholesale because, good news, I'll be his research and development person. So I'll have access to it. I guess to give you a number from what we talked about, it would probably be less than what others are paying. So let's say we take a crop of herbs, licorice herbs and a planting, and we're doing some cabbage. I can take a percentage of that and it will be small, will be invested. So I would say just to estimate a number, probably less than $1 because I'm right there doing research and development for his company. And it's sort of a partnership. I'm helping him and then I'm also doing for my business. We came to that agreement.
Nice. And a quick follow-up. You said your main business would be licensing, right? And selling recipes.
Well, one of three. The first is ice cream supplier to business. The second would be curated research and development, where what I do is I give you the option. Let's say you're an ice cream parlor and you have an ice cream parlor. And I've researched this, most ice cream businesses are scalable. Most don't do their own ice cream. So they go to someone else for a flavor. Yeah, so they go to me and I would charge them for it. Or sometimes that's where my business development comes in. If you're new and I see what you like, hey, I can design a signature flavor for you. And that's when they could pay me for that, to do that. And I would sell it to them or license it. That depends on their budget. And most of the time I would probably license it to give them a chance to see how the flavor is doing. And then once it builds up to a certain level, it becomes very popular, then they can buy it from me. But that's my proprietary. And I have to be able to keep my position there. Yes.
Piggybacking off of that, when it comes to your suppliers, your supply chain, and having those vendors, have you thought about what happens if the local farmer, their crop doesn't work well or something happens? You know, what does that look like for finding another supplier? And I guess in the region and all that, if the region's failing at different crops, how do you sort of navigate that?
I can answer that question because everyone should know that the state of Illinois has some of the most farmers. Most of you are doing dairy, wheat, and soy. And I wouldn't lose anything because then I can always pivot to doing non-dairy. So I wouldn't lose anything. And because of what's going on now, sometimes farmers are not waiting for money to do the crops. And I could take what they have and sort of show them how to make it money. I could go into a secondary product. Hey, the soy that you were going to sell to for this, give it to me and I can turn it into ice cream products. But I would work with more than one farmer. My primary one is the certified licensed organic one, but I would have relationships with others. But the organic one sort of gives me the sort of niche.
Sure. One more follow-up question. When it comes to the seasonality of your herbs and such like that, how do you navigate that when if you are supplying your ice cream to different shops? You know, it takes a lot of time to, you know, do marketing of new products and putting them in the POS system and such like that. So how do you navigate having a core line and keeping those so it's not overturning, creating costs for the business?
Okay. I focus on 5 main flavors. I don't do a lot of flavors, but focus on 5. 2 dairy, 1 non-dairy, and 2 sorbet. So that helps me to manage what's going on. And in regards to my actual stock of where I'm sourcing it, I didn't mention it, but I will now. I'm in partnership with 2 people in East Africa where I'm able to get the herbs that I need from over there in India. So it wouldn't necessarily affect me because I can use dried. And then I can also plant it here with the farmer, the licensed farmer, because I actually have space there.
All right. Well, thank you, Wesley.
Oh, thank you.
Hola, I'm Trisha Beltran, founder of JMB Innovative Business Solutions. I spent over a decade helping small businesses, and I saw firsthand how many were just shrinking themselves, especially Latinas. When I started to surround myself with growth-driven entrepreneurs, it became very clear. Latinas don't lack vision. They lack structure and support. That's why I created the Chingona y Poderosa initiative, where we are guided to build with clarity, confidence, and long-term success. Because when Latinos rise, our communities rise with us. Okay. So let's get real with the numbers, because they tell a story that can be no longer ignored. These aren't just disparities. If you read through the percentages here, I believe they're missed opportunities. Opportunities to build, serve, and lead. That's what the Chingona y Poderosa initiative by JMB is here to address. Because where others see gaps, we see possibilities. And you know what? The truth is, many Latina entrepreneurs are visionaries, but they're overwhelmed, undersupported, and stuck doing everything. They're passionate, but without the right systems, strategy, and guidance, burnout takes over, and that dream, it stalls. That's the challenge we're solving. Guiding growth-driven Latina entrepreneurs from scattered and stuck to structured and scaling. Okay. We are already trusted by over 3,000 Latina professionals and women-led communities who engage with our leadership experiences. Our growing community reflects our market: 40% Latina entrepreneurs, 33% service-based businesses, 17% e-commerce, and 11% health and wellness, with over 1 million potential clients. Our goal is to serve 1,000 women in 3 years, starting in Chicago and expanding nationwide. Just a brief story of an upscale Mexican fusion restaurant. They went from being stuck, scattered, and having $0 to aligned strategy, clear steps, and a successful launch, bringing over 15K plus months. We meet the entrepreneurs where they are with our 3-tier growth pathway. At the base level, we build strong foundations. Our masterminds scaling with strategy and community, and those who are ready for the next step get our private consulting that offers deeper personalized support. So we drive a demand through intentional high impact channels. These are just our proven demand channels from stats that are recent. Our podcast builds authority. Our email marketing nurtures trust. Workshops activate engagement, and the influencer and partnerships, they expand our reach. So here's the growth projected over 3 fiscal years. Revenue is expected to triple from $258,000 to $862,000 by fiscal year 2028. Here is the current team. My ask is for $25K investment to expand our reach, team, and impact, or direct introductions to partners, founders, or decision makers in women-led DEI forward organizations. And then just our competitors.
All right, judges. Open up for Q&A. Who wants to start?
I have just one question. What Chingona means?
Chingona means badass.
Yeah.
In Spanish, yes. It comes from just the meaning. It's very, it means like small, not enough in my language. And that's how my mother used it. But I wanted to reverse that and use it to be more powerful. So I chose Chingona y Poderosa, badass and powerful.
Yeah. I'm from Brazil, so in Portuguese, Chingona is a totally different thing.
Yes.
Yes. I'm asking, like, no.
Yes.
It's different. Okay.
Yes.
So your ideal customer is a profitable company, right?
Say that again.
Your company is a profitable. It's not a non-government. It's a profitable company.
It's
right?
a for profit. Yes.
Based on podcasts,
Events,
and
workshops.
all that
Yes.
stuff. Only here in Chicago, or
In
US?
Chicago, yes. I have been kind of testing the market, and there's Latinos from New York, Florida, California, and New Mexico that are willing to come here for my launch party in November. That you guys are all invited to.
My last question: Brazilian, they're Latin or not?
Yes.
That's a good question. Okay, thank you. Good presentation.
I'm curious. Excellent presentation. I couldn't tell if it's already launched and at scale, because it seemed like the slide with the marketing were like the actual revenue or forecast revenue. So
Yes.
are you pre-launch, or it's already live? Podcast is live. Email is live.
The email is live. I have a 75% open rate now, and the podcast is not live. It's going to be live in August,
Okay.
but I do have recordings over a year ready to go.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
70% open rate is actually amazing. Are they buying?
Yes, I already have 10 people buying into the first tier of the base program.
So how did you get to the 250? Yes, excellent.
Yes.
How did you get to the 250K projected next year?
How did I get to it? So it's based on what the numbers that are current right now. So I used all my social media reach, the engagement from others on my email list, and I just kind of projected it out over four cohorts.
How many people in each cohort?
25.
And how many coaches will you have support staff, right?
Yes, the first cohort is not gonna. It's only gonna be me and a facilitator, but the next cohorts, I'm going to have other coaches coming in.
We've all worked somewhere where we thought, if only the leadership were better, if only the culture were healthier, if only the business was more forward thinking, this place could be amazing. Welcome to Scissor and Fork, a hair salon and cafe where you can get a tailored hair service, locally roasted coffee and bites, and finally hang out with the friend that you've been rescheduling with the last 8 months. Ooh, I think something happened. It's totally fine. My name is Ash, and I've worked at 5 different hair salons, all with the same 3 things in common. 1, hairstylist clients come in with coffee. They're usually late to their appointments because they're grabbing coffee on the way too. 2, they always ask their stylist, what's around here that I can grab a snack or meet up with a friend? And 3, providing good business resources to hairstylists proves to grow their business and then in turn, the salon business. We're the intersection of self-care and the third space with coffee culture. We're here to build lasting careers with business mentorship and advising, expansive hair education, especially with highly textured hair protective services, and fair business, ethical business practices. So why choose us? For our competition are traditional salons, where you can get a cut in color, hybrid salons that typically will have an art gallery attached to it, or regular cafes where you can get a coffee, a scone. So why choose us? We're a 2-in-1 convenience. Busy schedules demand smart solutions. We cater to all hair types and backgrounds. We're an innovative experience that focuses on supporting our workforce and delivering tailored hair services. Because where you spend your time matters, because how you treat yourself matters, and because the people behind the counter and behind the chair deserve better too. Our target market is in the north side of Chicago in the Irving Park neighborhood, where there's a median income of $89,000, We're targeting the busy urbanites desiring multitasking experiences. Experienced industry professionals, curly and textured hair clients, as ages ranges from 20 to mid-50s. Our marketing strategy. So we're going to utilize social media, TikTok and Instagram, sponsored posts, but also keep on what's the trend, making trending content. Lattes and Locks membership, it's a rewards and access program that combines both cafe items as well as salon services. Our referral program, where clients are referring friends, family, they get discounts. And then cross-promotion with small business. For example, Factotum Coffee is a local roaster that will be our supplier. We could even partner up with Wesley's business and sell his ice cream.
And coffee.
Our financial projections. Sorry, I don't know what happened with all of this. You're totally fine. So our financial projections are based on salon services with a commission-based model for our stylists. This is all based on $70 a ticket with 26 clients per week for each stylist. Our cafe sales with a $7 average ticket, and our marketing strategy for new business. Like I said, our stylists will be experienced bringing clientele, but part of our marketing strategy will bring in new business. Our team, experienced hairstylists, baristas, whether they're experienced or not, I have the ability to train them. And then I'm the owner and manager. I'm Ash. Funding needed, $80,000. That's going to cover salon and cafe build-out, equipment and furnishings, product and inventory startup costs, staff training and branding, and initial operating costs. A coffee, a cut, a small step. At Scissor and Fork, we believe every act infused with care, kindness, and community adds up. We're not just pouring coffee, we're serving a cup of change. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
I want to ask you a little bit more about the floor plan when it comes to this business model, because there are regulations with food and beverage and services, right? Can you tell me a little bit more about the structure behind that?
Yeah, so we're not making any of the food in-house. And for serving coffee and having food that we're going to be outsourcing from local chefs, all I need is a retail food license, which I'm currently in the process of getting.
So first, I want to say congratulations on navigating through the slides issue.
Thank you.
Just was present when during my own pitch I had major technical issues, and that was you did great.
Thank
I
you.
apologize. I don't.
It's okay. We did it.
So please know that that was my fault.
I just wanted to. Yeah, sorry.
So I just want to understand: are you running 3 businesses?
No.
here?
It's one business. So essentially we think it's 2, a cafe and a hair salon, right? That when you walk into my space, you're walking into the cafe portion, right? So you can just be a cafe patron. If you are a hair client, you can come in, grab a coffee, and then go to your hair appointment, which is going to be on the other end of the shop.
Okay, so hair and food, how do you figure that out, right? Like,
Yeah. So I'm partnering, or my supplier for my food. The packaging that we're coming up with will kind of close up. So already in the hair industry, people come in and they order food and they order their salads and they sit in the chair and they get the hair colored and dyed. So the packaging that I'm trying to develop is similar to a McFlurry packaging, where the sides fold inward. So people are having their beverages, they can eat, put their item down, and clip the top. So no hair is flying around into it. But like I said, people already order food in the hair industry. They will eat a cheeseburger in your chair. So.
yeah, 100%. It just becomes a little bit different when you're also running the food portion versus the liability of it, I guess.
Yeah. But I'm not making the food though. So that's, yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Fantastic presentation. One thing I was going to mention, because I discovered it late, was there's a company called Honeycomb that does like crowd investing. So it's kind of like Kickstarter, but instead of it being a donation, it's actually an investment in the business.
Oh, okay.
And I your marketing slide is super dope.
Thank you.
All of those elements are things that I could totally see a customer engaging with. And even despite the challenges, it looks fantastic. So to look like that, do you have a specific location that you've already picked out?
I'm working with the realtor right now with the IHCC. I went to 2 locations today to view them this afternoon. So it's really just popping around in between. I work at an EIU. I'm also a student at an EIU. So just finding the time, but it's all in motion.
Awesome. And then I ended up getting Allies for Community Business Loan after this program.
Yes.
They loan up to $12,000 without a hard credit pull.
I was speaking with, I can't remember which instructor it was, but I got a contact from them, and I had a meeting with them a couple weeks ago too. Thank you. Thank you so much for the resources.